Hi, I'm Wynter, and this is TrueCherishment15, and this is Kyla I have on the phone. Okay, so today's topic is being a good friend, and I think reflection is key. Okay, so what is a good friend to you, Kyla?
Someone that's got your back through everything. Someone you can count on. You can always count on them to be there when you need them.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think being a good friend is truly about being there through the hard times and the good times, not just the good times. Okay, so how do you become a good friend?
You have to have a lot of self-respect for you as an individual yourself before you can be a good friend to others. Others may see you differently than other friends because you may have better experiences or better qualities than other people may have.
Yeah, I think you pretty much said it all. You know, you just have to be open-minded to how they might perceive things, and you have to know who you are, and you have to be able to compromise with some things. You know, if someone really likes this type of film, you can tell them, I'm not really into that, but if you're hanging out with them, they want you to watch a short clip, then you have to be willing to do that in order to become a really good friend. So, when do you know you're a good friend or you have a good friend?
Oh, that's a tough question. Normally people don't figure out what kind of friend they have until they really find themselves in that person and find qualities that are the same as them as it is in their friend. And it takes a good friend to know a good friend.
Yeah, I think I know when I have a good friend when I start showing my crazy side to them. You know how crazy I can get sometimes. Whenever I let out my silly side, that's when I know that I'm really comfortable around that person, and when I can pretty much tell them everything and I know that they're not going to go tell someone else. Usually I invite my good friends over to my house. Like, once I feel really comfortable around them, then, because I don't just invite like my acquaintances over my house unless it's for like a project or something. I don't know, that's just something that I do. So what can I do to be a better friend to you?
You always just have to be there to be a better friend to anybody. Just knowing that you're there and that you're there for them through anything that they're going through is being a good friend and showing them that you have the bigger heart than the person that's hurting them or tearing them down.
Yeah, I think you hit that one right on the spot. Okay, so what is the worst thing a person can do?
The worst thing a person can do is shoot you down when you're already down. If you're already going through a tough spot in your life and then people just keep building onto it, that's no kind of friend and that's not a kind of person you need to be around.
Yeah. I have this book from American Girls. It's this book that I got like when I was 11, but it actually is really cute. It's called Friends, Making Them and Keeping Them. So I'm going to flip through it and see if I can find any really good quotes. But I think the worst thing a friend has ever done to me was just like moved away and they didn't tell me until like the week of. I mean, I don't think that's being a good friend. So I didn't even know like if we were friends at that point, because I thought we were really close, but why would you just wait until last minute to tell me you were moving? That made me upset. Okay, so I think lots of people struggle with speaking up. So there's some quotes in here about how to approach people rather than approaching a group, how to just approach someone one-on-one. It's many ways. You can just offer to like share something with them, sit beside them at lunch, simple things like that. And also, when you're talking to someone, you want your body language to be right and your facial expressions. So, they have this thing called the Klingometer on here, and it's like you meet your new friend on Monday. On Wednesday, you ask her to be your best friend. Do you think that's a good idea, Kyla?
No, I do not, because you really don't know that person. You don't know if y'all are going to be good enough friends or have enough in common to sustain a relationship. Because truth is, a friendship is a relationship, no matter how you look at it. It may not be a girlfriend-boyfriend relationship, but it is a relationship. And you have to be considerate of others' feelings in the relationship as well. And you have to be able to see if they're going to be there for you as well as you being there for them.
Yeah. They gave that one a 3. Like a 1 is like, okay, you're not being too clingy, and a 5 is like super clingy. So I think that was a pretty good rating. Another one that they gave like a 5. It says, you see your friend out bike riding with another girl. You're so upset that you cry for an hour and refuse to talk to her on the next morning on the bus. Do you think that's super clingy?
Yeah, that's super clingy. I mean, that's just showing how much you don't respect that person enough to allow them to have their own time apart from you.
Yeah. I mean, I've never been a super clingy friend. I can accept that my friend has another group of friends besides me. Even if we're best friends, I know that I might not be that only person's best friend. She might be able to relate to another person on certain topics. So I never really let it bother me that much when I see my closer friends hanging out with a different group. So... okay. They have really cute quizzes in here about getting to know people and stuff.
What do I think about getting to know people?
Yeah.
Getting to know people takes time, and you can't just rush into things. You have to really put yourself out there and go out on a limb as well. You can't expect somebody else to go out on a limb and then not go out yourself, because then it's just a relationship revolved around the other person. Then that person knows nothing about you, and you know too much about them for y'all to even have anything in common.
Yeah. So, they have this little blurb about how a good conversation would go. They say your friend shares and then you comment on something that the person shared to make sure that you were listening. It has to relate back to it. And it goes back and forth like that. And then you share, and then she comments on what you said, and then she shares again. Have you ever had a conversation with someone you thought was your friend, and all they did was like dominate the conversation?
Yes, I have, and I'll be the first to tell you that I have a blabbermouth, and sometimes I dominate conversations not intentionally, but because I can't control my mouth. But I'm a really good listener as well. People that tend to talk more are also good listeners.
Yeah. Okay, so what's the key to building trust with someone in your eyes?
Building trust, you have to be able to just let go and let God in some cases with that. You have to really let go of insecurities or things that you think can go wrong to be able to grow in that.
Yeah, I completely agree with you on that too. Okay, so there's a short quiz. It's called Fighting Fair. So, it goes like, if you talk really loudly and even cry, you'll get your point across better. Do you think that's a fair way to fight or an unfair way to fight?
I feel like that's unfair because more people are likely to talk to you when you're more calm and content and are more freely flowing with your words instead of hearing basically vlogs.
Okay, the next question. Talk about the problem to everyone except your friend. Get lots of people on your side so that your friend will give in faster. Is that fair or unfair?
That's unfair.
Okay. Hold on 1 second. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. My dad had asked me to do something. Okay, so the next question says, don't talk about why you're angry. You shouldn't have to tell your friend. She should already know. Do you think that's fair or unfair?
I don't think it's fair. I mean, if that person knows you well enough, they know the circumstances, and they know what's going on in your life.
I think it's unfair because, I mean, yeah, they can kind of infer why you're mad at them or what's wrong with you, but at the same time, if you don't come out and tell them, like, they could have like 5 good reasons why you might be mad. If they come and confront you about one of them and that's not why you're mad, then that other person just gets even more mad at you. And then, like, you're left still not knowing what the problem is, and you can't confront it in the way that they want it to be confronted.
I think the easiest way to find out what the situation is to just ask, hey, I've noticed a change in you. Are you all right today? What's going on?
Yeah. I know there's lots of people who don't just come straight out and tell you, though, even when you ask them, which that really stinks. Okay, but I'll ask you one more question on this page. It says the silent treatment is better than arguing. A cold shoulder will cause your friend to warm up fast. Fair or unfair?
Well, it could be both sides, actually, because, I mean, sometimes they need time to cool off, and then other times it's just ridiculous in the matter that you really shouldn't have been fighting in the first place if it's not anything severe.
Yeah. I mean, if it's something that you know, if the person just comes up to you right now, you're just going to go off on them and it's probably not going to make any sense and you're just going to be really rude and mean, you probably just don't need to talk to them for like an hour or even a day, maybe even a week, and then come back and say, okay, that really affected me and I just needed to cool off for a moment. I wasn't trying to blow you off or anything. I just couldn't confront you about it because that's how bad it hurt me. Or something along those lines. Okay, so how do you handle differences between, like, you and your friends?
I mean, that's kind of hard to handle differences, but differences could also bring you together more, too. It can involve you in different things as well. I mean, it could expand your activities and circles and everything like that.
Yeah. I mean, I have a variety of friends, as you might know. So, I mean, I think it's cool to see, like, their interests and, like, compare them to mine. And sometimes their interests kind of interest me a bit. So, I mean, I think it's good to have a wide variety of friends, but most importantly, it's being able to be comfortable around your friends. So thank you for letting me call you up and ask you some questions.
Not a problem. Happy to do it.
Okay. See you later.
All right, bye.
Bye. Okay, so that was my friend Kyla. Yeah, I'm just flipping through this book. It's a really cute book. It's talking about sharing and how to show people that you care. So I'm gonna go to that page. I'm showing people how you care. Okay. I had to use notes again because I've been like really behind on these. It says anyway, stand up for her. Tell her a joke to make her laugh. Lend her a pencil if she forgets hers. Smile whenever you see her. And I'm having trouble talking. It's like, woo, woo, woo. I don't know. These are really cute. And I guess once you become good enough friends, most of the stuff will just come along naturally. You don't want to try to press anything, as me and Kyla were talking about. Just let it flow. If you guys are meant to be like best friends, then everything will come naturally. It won't be awkward when you give them that hug, or like when you say love you, they'll like be like, yeah, I love you too. They won't be like, yeah, I love you too. I did a good friend checklist. I should let her do this to me. Oh God, that could have been taken wrong. It's a good friend checklist. Anyway, so I took this when I was like 11. And anyway, it says, I am reliable. When I say I'm going to do something, I do it. Yeah, I think I'm still pretty good at that. It says, I try hard to be a good listener. I really do. I stick up for my friends when others say bad things about them. Yeah, I tried that. Anyway, it goes on, but I'm running out of time. So, let's see. I ask for support when I need it. No, I don't do that, and I should. Okay, well, that's it, but here's a book. It's really cute. Anyway, alright. Remember, be nice. You don't know what a person has been through or what they may be going through and how impactful that event has been on them. Okay? Yeah. Bye.